Anthony Joshua got mixed up with some serious people, and it cost him big time. Back in 2007, he was grinding hard at the Finchley ABC Boxing Club in North London, putting in the work every single day. By 2010, his hustle paid off. He'd won 15 fights and snatched up the ABA championship. But just when things were starting to look bright, life hit him hard. In 2011, Anthony Joshua got caught slipping in the northwest side of London, pulled over while carrying 8 ounces of something that could have ended his whole career. At that moment, he was staring down a possible 14-year sentence and was even kicked out of the boxing league. That's when whispers started flying that he had to get down with them people if he ever wanted to move forward again.
I can remember moving forward into my teenage years is 48 Laws of Power. Gangster firm, yeah. I met the guy one day at a set of traffic lights and I was like, hey, you, come work for us. He seemed like a switched on kid. And one day he asked me to take his car. So I turned on the CD, and it played 48 Laws of Power. And then I saw that certain things he was doing to me are the things he was listening to in the morning on his way to work, kind of manipulate me mentally.
By 2013, something wild happened. Prince Charles himself approached Anthony Joshua. Soon after, Joshua received the Officer of the Order of the British Empire title, which many took as a sign that he was now officially in. Suddenly, his charges vanished like they never existed, and not long after that, he was crowned Olympic champion. But the story doesn't stop there. Word around London was that Joshua wanted more power, and those same people pushed him to hit the streets promoting their cause. The twist? He disguised it all behind talk about racism, turning every move into a media distraction.
Today we join many thousands of protesters in the UK and many hundreds of thousands across the globe. We stand united against the virus that has been instrumental in taking lives. Lives of the young, old, rich, and even poor. A virus that is not apologetic, a virus that spreads across all sectors of our communities, sports, education, churches, entertainment, the media, and even the government. Not just in the UK, but across the world. The virus has been declared a pandemic. It is out of control.
Racism, judging another human being based on nothing but skin. That's the weakest move there is. And like people always say, never trust a man with 2 first names. That line hits different when you think about Anthony Joshua's story. In one old interview, Joshua openly admitted that he studied the 48 Laws of Power, using those rules to control crowds and boost his fame. He even confessed that while working with those same mysterious people, he started diving into sacred geometry and questioning his own faith in God. That's when things really started to take a strange turn in his life. Meanwhile, on a totally different lane, a YouTuber named Jake Paul decided he wanted to shake up the boxing world too. He jumped into the scene throwing so-called fights against people like Nate Robinson and even Mike Tyson.
And I'm not actually talking about COVID-19. The virus I'm referring to is called racism. How long are we going to allow racism to spread through our communities, and right now we are in the community, and affect our lives without using the vaccine you already have in your possession? What is the possession? Me and you. You are the vaccine. I am the vaccine. We can no longer, from today onwards, be proud. We can no longer sit back and remain silent on the senseless, unlawful killings.
Everyone and their grandma could see those matches were pure setup, nothing but circus acts dressed up as real fights. The hype around Jake Paul's sudden rise in boxing had everyone talking. He went from being a YouTuber making prank videos to standing in the ring with professional fighters, something that left real boxers furious. Many people in the boxing world felt like Jake was mocking the sport, turning something built on discipline and blood, sweat, and tears into a social media spectacle. But behind the flashing lights and viral moments, whispers started spreading that his path might have been carefully laid out by the same type of people pulling strings behind the scenes.
How did this whole planet get here? You know, what's it been here now? 5 billion years? I think about 5 billion years, human existence, I don't know, but such an intriguing question that leads me down a dark, dark hole. But I'm surprised that through the dawn of day, no one's figured out exactly what the universe is. our solar system, our Milky Way, our planet to a T, how we even got here. I also think it's funny how a lot of the human species that have a different kind of consciousness have all got a relation to the afterlife as well. I looked at like universal law, sacred geometry, I look at religions. I find it all interesting. Obviously boxing is my main focus right now.
When are you with the whole religion side of things?
I respect all religions so much. They're all cousins. We're all cousins anyway. So I respect all religions. I try and tell people, because I have one belief, someone shouldn't look down on me or I shouldn't look down on another. I think that we should all sit in harmony and discuss and see how we can grow from it. And that's what I think religion needs more of, in my opinion. So yeah, I respect all religions, man. Honestly, that's what I don't get.
Anthony Joshua noticed the attention Jake was getting, the sponsorships, the spotlight, the quick cash, and word on the street was that Joshua didn't like it one bit. He started calling Jake out in interviews, hinting that the man was nothing more than a puppet for entertainment companies looking to control a fight game. Fans started picking sides, with social media lighting up in debates about whether Jake was the real deal or just another name in a long list of industry projects. But things got even more intense when rumors surfaced that Jake Paul wanted to prove himself by challenging bigger names, and that's when Anthony Joshua's name landed on his radar. Reports say Jake's team reached out trying to set up a match that would blow the internet apart. The energy online was insane. Everyone wanted to see if a YouTuber could really stand toe-to-toe with a world champion. Behind the scenes, though, some people believed this fight wasn't just for views. It was a power play, a battle of who really controlled modern boxing. By the time the two agreed to meet face-to-face, the tension was already boiling over. Their press interactions were wild, filled with subtle jabs and coded comments that fans couldn't stop analyzing. Joshua spoke like he knew something deeper about how things worked, while Jake laughed it off, playing the showman role perfectly. Everyone could sense this wasn't just a normal fight. It felt like a clash between two worlds, old school power and new age fame. Things were about to explode, and the whole world was watching. Anthony Joshua's journey in the boxing world started way before the fame and the headlines. It was built on pure grind. From his early days training at Finchley ABC in North London, he showed a level of hunger that couldn't be taught. Coaches said he had that raw power, that street-built toughness that made him stand out from the rest. Every punch he threw carried a message that he wasn't just fighting opponents, he was fighting the odds stacked against him. By the time he stepped into national competitions, people already knew his name was gonna echo far beyond local rings. Once Joshua started winning titles, his rise was unstoppable. He became known for his explosive knockouts and that calm, almost royal composure before every match, a mix that made him a fan favorite and a promoter's dream. The media painted him as boxing's golden boy, but behind the bright lights, there was pressure like no other. Every win brought more eyes, more expectations, and more powerful figures trying to shape his path. Some say that's when the line between pure sport and quiet deals in the background started to blur.
I don't talk about it too much because it's a very sensitive subject, but from you sitting here, I would say if I'm a Hindu and you're Muslim, I would just say it's amazing that you're Muslim. Teach me about your religion and how I can use your religion to get closer to God, because I use my religion to get closer to God, but you can teach me about ways I can get closer, and I can teach you ways of my religion, how you can get closer to God. We can all learn from each other and get better. That's what I'm trying to do. That's like boxing, trying to get better.
And not only that, you was a bricklayer as well, which I don't know how good your bricklaying skills are now. Could you build a wall right now?
Yeah. I can do it. Yeah, I know the bonds, different bonds and so on and so forth. Joinery, painting work. I know all of it. Yeah, I probably could do. Yeah.
What was your day rate?
What I would charge now, probably maybe 150s a day. Back then, probably like 70s a day.
And you just saw yourself there as a young man. If you could give yourself any advice to that young 18-year-old Anthony Joshua, what would you tell him that now?
Great question. People always ask me this, and I should have something just on auto, but What advice would I give a young Anthony Joshua? My gosh.
A guy that needed to break the cycle, which you obviously did.
What, like,
Could have gone down a different path, but look where you are now.
I definitely believe, like, okay, you know what's funny? Say, when you're young, being educated, like, you get picked on sometimes in school when you're the geek or the educated one. But have you noticed that when you get older, being the dumb one is what gets you being picked on, and being the intelligent one everyone admires, a smart friend that can, that's good at booking things and knows where to go and what to do. So I'd say take inspiration and advice from those intelligent people around you, because it will pay off in the long run. And then secondly, I'll just say anything you do for the long term, that has a long-term vision, will always pay off in the long run. So always have a long-term mindset, not today, always think long-term.
When Joshua won the Olympic gold medal in 2012, his life changed overnight. That moment didn't just make him a champion, it made him a national symbol of pride. He was seen as the hero who made it out from the rough streets to stand on top of the world. But success at that level comes with its own price. Sponsorships, secret meetings, elite circles, all of it came fast, and Joshua had to learn how to play the game without losing himself. Those closest to him claimed he started acting different, more guarded, like he knew something he couldn't say out loud. As he climbed through the professional ranks, the fights got bigger, and so did the rumors. Every punch, every victory, every loss, people read into it like it had hidden meaning.
This little devil on my shoulder, the fighting man, says, "Well, at Wembley," boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat, says, "What's best to guide my career?" So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together and seeing what works out best for my career.
When he faced off against names like Wladimir Klitschko, it wasn't just a boxing match, it was history in motion. But even with all the glory, some say Joshua was never truly free, that every win came with invisible strings attached. By the time Jake Paul entered the picture, Joshua's legacy was already massive, but what was about to happen next would shake the boxing world to its core. Anthony Joshua tried to pull Gervonta Tank Davis into the mix, but Tank wasn't having it. He wasn't about to sell his soul for fame. That's when Joshua decided to step up and take things into his own hands. During a sit-down with Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua accidentally spilled more than he meant to. He kept repeating the word break over and over again, almost like he was hitting at how the whole fight was already planned out. The tension between the two was so thick you could feel it through the screen. At the big press conference, Joshua showed up calm, collected, and talking heavy about manifestation, acting like everything was already written in stone. And sure enough, when the fight went down, Joshua took the win just like he said he would. But after that victory, things took a dark turn. While visiting his hometown in Nigeria, tragedy struck. Two of his close friends lost their lives in a sudden car crash. Now rumors are flying everywhere. Some say Joshua went off script, others swear he was still part of the plan. What do you think? Did Anthony Joshua sell his soul for that $90 million, or did he end up paying the ultimate price? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild stories, and don't forget to share this with your friends.